Welcome to Box Recaps. Today I'm going to explain the movie The Princess, released in the year 2022. The movie begins and we see a princess lying on her bed. She's trapped inside the castle. As she wakes up, she tries to get out of the place, but she finds the doors locked. She starts to realize that she's trapped in this place, and she also remembers that someone drugged her and she passed out. Then suddenly, two guards enter the room. As the princess sees them, she lies on the bed and pretends that she's sleeping. As one of the guards tries to get near the princess, she opens her eyes and attacks him. Despite being smaller in size, the princess gives both the guards a tough time in fighting them, and she beats both of them. This shows that the princess is quite skilled, and she knows how to take care of herself. After beating the guards, she locks them inside the room where she was kept. She goes inside another room and opens the window. As she looks down, she sees that they're under attack by Prince Julius. He has captured everyone, even the parents of the princess and her little sister. The princess is really shocked to see what has happened. We go to a flashback and we see that the princess is at her wedding, and she's getting married to Prince Julius. The princess is well aware of Prince Julius's reputation and was not happy about this marriage, due to which during the ceremony she runs away from the wedding hall in front of everyone. Prince Julius was embarrassed in front of everyone, and the attack was his way of getting even. He needed the princess to take over her father's kingdom. As the king had no sons, this marriage was the only way that Prince Julius will be the legal heir of the kingdom. As the princess sits near the window thinking about what had happened, a huge guard wearing a helmet with horns enters the room. When the princess sees the guard, she hides inside the bathtub and holds her breath. The guard checks and notices that there's no one in the room. As soon as the guard leaves the room, the princess gets out of the water. The princess gets out of the bathtub and exits the room. As she is in the corridors, the guard sees and captures her. The guard grabs her by her throat and picks her up. In the defense, the princess starts to fight back the guard. They both fight very bravely, but the princess still beats him and kills him. The princess remembers that her father always wanted a son, but instead he got two daughters. We then see a woman who taught the princess many things, like sword fighting, self-defense, and many more things. At this time, the queen is about to give birth to the princess's little sister. She comes to the princess and her teacher. She tells that she does not have to do all this, as her father does not want her to be a warrior. She tells them that he thinks that such things only suit men. As the princess remembers this, she goes inside another room. Two guards enter the room behind her. The princess fights them both and kills them. Then she leaves the room. Prince Julius tells one of his senior guards to go and check on the princess. They tell the guard to ask the princess if now she is ready for marriage. The guard tells another fat guard to go and check on the princess. The fat guard looks up at the tower, and it seems that he's afraid of heights. So far, the princess has been lucky avoiding getting caught one way or the other. As she sees the fat guard, she hangs with the tower's window. The guard gets tired and sits at the window for a while. Then he starts to climb the stairs again. The princess is successful to get to her room using a hidden passage, and she looks under the bed and takes out a sword. There she remembers again how her teacher taught her to fight with a sword. Her teacher gifted this sword to her. The fat guard is really tired from climbing the stairs. The princess leaves the room with the sword in her hand, and she sees that Prince Julius and Moira are in a room together. She sees through a crack in the wall that they both have something going on between them. The princess tries to kill Julius with her sword as he kisses Moira, but she misses. Then the guards enter the room and tell Julius that the king has asked to see him. Julius leaves Moira and goes to see what the king has to say. The princess tries to get into another room through a small hole in the wall, but a guard wearing golden armor attacks her. The princess attacks the guard multiple times, but her attacks have no effect on the guard's armor. The guard catches fire during the fight, and the princess throws him down from a window. The guard falls next to where Prince Julius is standing. He gets really angry and calls his senior guard and tells him to go and check the entire castle for the princess. After telling him to look for the princess, Prince Julius leaves. Meanwhile, Moira gets suspicious about the guards. She tells the guards that there must be someone who knows all the ways of the castle. The guards don't take her seriously and start to laugh at her. Moira gets angry and flogs the senior guard, killing him. Her flog has two blades at the end, which are controlled by her figure. She then tells the rest of the guards to go and get the princess. The guards start to rush inside the castle, and the princess is watching everything from a window above. Now the princess must run away to save her life, but she gets surrounded by many guards. She fights them and kills anyone who comes in her way. The princess is really skilled, and she shows what she's capable of. During the fight, the princess also gets injured, but not seriously. As more and more guards attack her, she takes off her necklace and spreads the pearls on the floor. All the guards who get near the princess fall. She runs over to the guards, and then she grabs another guard and jumps down. The guard receives the maximum impact of the fall, and the princess is fine. The princess is again attacked by another guard, and they start to fight. She sees a flag hanging near the window, and she jumps and grabs the flag. She swings the flag to jump into another room. By this time, the princess is injured and blood is dripping on her boots. She wears a bandage on her hand, and she remembers the time when her father wanted her to marry Julius against her will. She tells her father that she does not want to marry Julius. She tells him that she wants to be a warrior. This makes the king angry, and he tells the princess that she's just a lady, and these things suit women. The king tells her that she will marry Julius, and he will become the next king. He also tells her that he did not expect that the princess will talk to him this way, as it does not suit the status of a princess. Listening to this breaks the princess and makes her really sad. As she finishes putting the bandage around her hand, someone enters the room. The princess attacks this person, only to find out that it is her teacher. The princess is glad to see her teacher, and he asks her what she's doing here. The teacher picks the princess up and starts to treat her wounds. The princess asks her what happened and how everything turned out this way. The teacher tells her that Prince Julius attacked their castle at night with his men. The people were not ready to fight with him. As Julius is a cruel man, he did not spare anyone. Listening to all this, the princess gets sad and blames herself for all that has happened. The teacher tells her that this is no time to lose hope. They must save whoever they can. She then tells her that there's only one way to get out of the castle, then leaves the room and heads towards the kitchen. There they see that Julius's guards are messing with the kitchen staff. They grab a woman, and as they try to do something to her, the princess and the teacher attack them. They fight with them and kill 2 of the guards. The remaining guards run towards them, but Moira comes and kills him. Moira starts to fight with them herself, and manages to hang the princess by her neck. The teacher helps the princess to get free, and she then puts fire all around the kitchen. They both then escape the kitchen, and the teacher tells the princess to go using the waterway as she stops Moira. The princess tells her that she's not leaving without her, but the teacher manages to convince her to leave, and the princess leaves. The waterway takes the princess to the prison where her family is kept. She notices that there are 3 guards there guarding the prison. The guards are drinking wine and playing a game. The princess walks up to them and grabs a glass of wine. She drinks the wine as the guards watch her shockingly. She then attacks the guards and starts to fight with them. She beats the guards and frees her family. The king is shocked to see his daughter fight like a warrior. As they're about to escape, more guards rush into the prison. One of them hits the princess, and she faints. When she gets up, she realizes that she's tied with ropes in front of Prince Julius. The whole family of the princess and her teacher is also there on their knees. The princess tells Julius that she keeps thinking about him all night. Julius asks her to elaborate on what she just told him. She tells him that she keeps thinking about a different way to kill him. She tells Julius that she's very eager for the day when she will grab his heart in her hand. Julius gets really angry, and he tells everyone that he will not marry the princess, but he will marry her little sister. This way he could also claim the throne. Julius tells Moira to kill the princess, and as she's about to kill her, the princess signals her teacher. The princess starts to fight with everyone to divert the attention as the teacher grabs her little sister and gets out of there. One of the guards picks up the princess and throws her out of the window. She falls into the water and she's unconscious. As she gains consciousness, she remembers that she has to not only save her family, but also her people. They cut the rope with a piece of glass on the water. We then see that the princess's family is being taken away by Julius's men. They take them to a church. Julius also arrives there. He has gathered everyone there to marry the princess's little sister. He orders his men to find her and bring her here. The princess gets back to the castle. There she encounters a guard, and the princess's little sister drops heavy armor on the guard. The teacher also joins them, and the princess is happy to see her. The princess again starts to blame herself for all this, but she has a lot to do now to make things right again. They go to a place to hide. This place is filled with different kinds of weapons. They wear armor and get ready for the fight. The princess asks her sister to stay with her as they go and free their parents and everyone. The teacher and the princess go out and start to fight anyone who comes in their way. As Prince Julius hears the princess's voice, he gets shocked as he thought that the princess must not have survived the fall. He sends more of his guards to fight with them. Meanwhile, the princess's little sister comes into the church without getting noticed. She frees one of the men as everyone's hands are tied. Julius gets suspicious, and he catches her and takes her to their father to get married to her. This worries the princess and her teacher. They still keep on fighting with the guards, and they kill a lot of them. The teacher gets into the church and finds Moira with many more guards blocking her way. As she starts the fight with them, many more people from within the church also attack the guards and kill them. As the princess tried to get into the church, Moira comes and tries to scare her. Inside the church, we can see that everyone is fighting. Prince Julius attacks the king, but is interrupted by the teacher. The teacher starts to attack Julius, but he is also very skilled. He manages to dodge many of her attacks. Outside the church, the princess and Moira are also fighting very furiously. Eventually, the princess manages to hang Moira and kill her by suffocating her. The princess then runs inside the church. As she enters, she sees that Julius and the teacher are fighting, and the teacher is injured. As she sees this, the princess falls to the ground and starts to cry. She thinks that the teacher is dead. One of the teacher's friends comes and takes her away. Now, only Julius and the princess are left in the church. They both start the fight, and it is visibly noticeable that they both are quite skilled and powerful. After fighting for a while, Julius strikes the princess on a previous wound. This really hurts the princess, and she starts to move away from Julius as she's unable to fight with him. They get out of the church fighting, and everyone is watching them, even the princess's family. The princess is on her knees now, and Julius has his sword on her neck. Julius starts to tell everyone that he is the new king of this kingdom. As Julius keeps talking, the princess remembers something that her teacher taught her. She taught her to keep her focus on her enemy during the fight and to be patient. The princess gets really quiet, and Julius keeps on talking. Noticing the princess is not saying anything, Julius looks at her parents, and the princess takes advantage of this moment. She grabs his sword from his hand, and with just one strike, cuts his neck. The princess picks up the crown and gives it to her father. The king announces that the next heir to the throne will be no other but the princess. At the end of the movie, the fat guard finally finds the princess. Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on the notification and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.